Welcome, Darius, aka Milky Mills, to another edition. Episode 30-something. I never know.
It's
All right,
something.
what's in that?
A little bit of rum, a little bit of Coke.
Yeah, more rum than Coke. That looks like pure Kraken. That's a pretty dark drink.
It's something.
But all right, fair enough.
Yeah, drinks are drinks, brother.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, so my aunt got me this light, as you can see,
Nice.
and I also got a tripod with the LED, but it kind of takes out. Oh no, maybe not. But I figured I'm wearing a Dexter shirt. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to get all weird and creepy. So we're doing a dark episode. Okay, so the funny shit, maybe it's not funny. We'll see how funny you find it. But I saw a TikTok, and it was shit white people love to say.
Okay.
Yeah. So you hit me if these are true or not. Newsflash, buddy.
Yeah.
Trying to say, yeah, right?
It's a little corny, but yeah.
It's corny as fuck. That's like the super white. That's top tier white.
Yeah.
Ready, Freddy? Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, and when I'm hearing these, I'm like, I'm cringing because I'm like, I don't think I've said many of these, but I've heard them so many fucking times.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Oh, I bet you're like, yeah, I feel for you.
No, I do. I do. No, I do, yeah.
Yeah, and when they're taking a group picture, now let's do a silly one.
That one's so accurate, bro.
Yeah, but I'm also kind of like, but fair. I never really know what to say when we're trying to think of poses.
Yeah. So do a silly one.
I had Last of Us on again in the background as I was doing shit, and when they're sitting in the photo booth trying to figure out poses, I'm like, yeah, I would never have something to come up with on the spot.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, go white people. I'm very guilty of this one. Smells like it's gonna rain.
That's bad.
I've done that.
But here's the thing: you can smell when it's gonna rain, so I don't really.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's fucking true.
Yeah.
Saying "Welcome to the club" when they feel the same way about something. Right? Like, these are all accurate as fuck. I didn't come up with these.
This is this is a third-party list that we're using.
Yeah. I'm really bad. I'm really guilty of this one too. Saying "went down the wrong pipe" when like you choke on water or whatever.
Yeah, that's a white person thing.
What, like, you don't ever get that? Because that's accurate too. Like that.
No, I'm saying like that's a white person. That's not a white person. That's just a thing. That's just the thing that people say, I think. Yeah. Now they're just reaching, I feel like.
Yeah, well, I did start with the two best and then just went down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one I haven't heard in years, but yeah. Put me in your suitcase when someone's packing to leave for vacation. Yeah, that one is like, I haven't heard it in years, but, or maybe it's in movies or something, but yeah, like 100%. I don't think I've ever actually heard any of these last ones. Whoa, it's a party in here when entering a crowded like elevator or room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a lot of that over the last year and a half, so yes.
Yeah. Whoa, it's a party. It sounds like something like Greg would say.
Yes. I agree.
Shout out Greg. And the last one, who let that guy in here? And you see like a buddy enter the room, or you get to a party and he's your buddy.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Oh no, that's not even, you just took it off white. Like,
That's just Conor McGregor now that I just did.
How do you feel about him in the Roadhouse trailer?
I've never seen Roadhouse, so I don't really care, but like it didn't look bad.
I did, but I don't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
But McGregor specifically.
I mean, he's a good showman, so I feel like he'll be good.
All right, I feel a little bit better.
Yeah,
What?
It's sort of like GSP being in Captain America. Like it's kind of like you put him in a fighting role. It's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, but GSP's a fucking gem and a super nice guy, and he was only in it for.
Well, he's in more than one thing for Marvel, actually, but.
Yeah, but he's not like a main character. Like, he's playing the main villain.
Yeah, but like this guy's supposed to be a dickhead. Like this guy's pretty much Conor McGregor. That's why he's a good casting for it. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Hold on, I gotta go grab something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. You're not gonna hear this, but I guess for anybody who actually watches, couldn't have done that before we started.
Got it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I made a joke after. I was like, you couldn't have done that before we started, but I saw what you grabbed, and fair enough.
Yeah.
No, because like when I first watched the trailer, I was like, I don't know, it looked like cheesy as fuck acting. Like I'm like just I don't know, the worst possible. But I saw a couple more clips, and I'm like, maybe.
Like he's not an actor, so I can see why that bothered you. But I feel like because he's supposed to be like he's literally in the trailer acts like he does in real life in any UFC thing, like Ultimate Fighter or any UFC pre-fight. Like he acts exactly the same in that. So it's like this shouldn't be hard for him to do, and I feel like he'll do a good job because all he's doing is being himself. So
that's another good point too. Then is like if you fuck it up, that's on you because this is like the basic.
You're literally being yourself. Like how can you fuck up being yourself?
Yeah,
you
true.
know.
It would only be like nervous around the cameras, but I guess again you have cameras on you when you're fighting anyway.
He just finished filming a show. The Ultimate Fighter is another show where like they pick 2 UFC fighters. They coach a bunch of different UFC fighters, and then whoever wins gets a contract for the UFC, and that's all on camera.
That's reality, though, right? Like that's
yeah, it's reality, but it's still
not scripted.
It's still acting. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're still in front of the camera, still have to produce something that's like worth watching like every day. Like it's actually like you could say it's harder than fucking acting, to be honest. It's not.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you know what I mean? Like
especially that if he's just doing himself. Because that was the other thing too. Like when I saw a couple clips again, I realized like there was the lines that he said I didn't hear. Like when he headbutts Gyllenhaal, I didn't hear what he said when he did it, and he was like, "Don't let anybody get close." I'm like, "Oh yeah, fair enough. You fucked up, Jake."
Yeah.
I'm psyched for it. Like I don't remember the original at all, but
everyone says it's not like the original. It's like a completely new thing with just the same name, but like it looks good.
Yeah. Well, like there was no, as far as I remember, there was no professional fighter and shit from the original. It was just a pretty dude fucking
beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, kicking a bunch of people.
That's pretty
Honestly,
much all.
I remember more about Family Guy joking about Roadhouse than Roadhouse.
Oh, that's all I know Roadhouse from. It's from Family Guy fucking joking about it, yeah. That one episode and all the subsequent callbacks to that episode down the road.
Which is like, and then there's probably more references throughout the show that we didn't get or whatever.
I bet.
There was another one I was thinking of recently. Like I saw something after seeing like a classic. I think it was Revenge of the Nerds or something. And I had it on, and I'm like, fucking, like again. 20 years later, I'm still noticing that there's jokes Family Guy made that were funny on their own. What's my fucking list here? Okay, oh yeah, okay. Did you hear Home Depot is selling a replica of the Braveheart sword?
Yeah.
My favorite part is the thing I saw was like the poster or whatever says it's only $49.98. But I heard the morning show like that I work for say it's like a legit sword. Like it's not plastic and shit. It's like full on replica.
It's gotta be cheapest metal ever then.
I think that's what they said. I don't know. Maybe they said they were hoping for that or whatever. Maybe I missed something, but that's fucking hilarious.
That's gotta be the cheapest metal I've ever heard then for sure if it's $50.
Exactly. But I'm not gonna lie, I kinda want it.
Do you like Millie Alcock for Supergirl casting?
I was gonna ask you about that because I haven't watched House of the Dragon yet.
Yeah. Well, first of all, you should watch House of the fucking Dragon. It's a great fucking show. And then new season's coming out a couple months from now. So, yeah.
My mom and I started I got my mom on Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
We watched 4 episodes, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna go watch House of the Dragon now."
Yeah, it's I know that my buddy also watched it with his mom. You guys are built different because I could not watch Game of Thrones with my mom. Like, it's actually fucked. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's so gruesome. There's a lot of rape. There's like, it's I could not watch it with her. You know what I mean? Like, that is horrible. Like, it's crazy. But you guys are built different.
It was like we finished because there hasn't been a lot yet, but like the first episode, obviously like brother and sister fucking, and we were talking about it after, and I'm like, don't judge the first episode. Like, there wasn't really a lot that happened, and she's like, what? There wasn't a lot that happened.
She's like, dude, there's a brother and sister fucking. Yeah. Like, that is a lot happening.
And then pushed a kid out of a window. I'm like, okay, yeah. But other than that, it was
it's like, okay, well, I guess if you count that as a lot, then
yeah. Well, exactly. I'm like, oh, you better fucking prepare then.
Yeah.
But I told her ahead of time because I'm like, I think you'll really like it. Like, there's a lot of rape, a lot of family that shouldn't be doing what they should be doing together, a lot of murder, and blood and shit. And she's like, yeah, it's like Vikings. I'm like, it's a touch worse than Vikings.
It's a lot worse than Vikings, yeah.
I can't really remember, but okay, fair, because I was going to ask, because I couldn't really remember Vikings very well.
Well, Vikings is like, here's the thing, like, the people in Vikings are hot. That's the thing. Not to say the people in Game of Thrones are not hot, but it's more realistic. Like, it's like the sex and all that stuff that they have is way more, like, realistic to, like, the times. Whereas, like, Vikings, it's like everything's all realistic and the fight's all realistic and the makeup looks realistic, but then they have sex and it looks like a porn scene for just the sex scenes. And then it goes back to being a regular show. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the difference, right? That's the thing about 300 too. It's like 300 looks so solid, and then you see Gerard Butler and Lena Headey fucking. It looks like fucking like Kim Kardashian having sex in a sex tape, and then it's back to being a war movie. So it's like you got Game of Thrones was really good because it's like you're all dirty. It's like some greasy like poor like beggar like grabs you and like you know what I mean. Like it's really really accurate. You know what I mean? Like you know everyone's got dirt all over their face and stuff. Like you know that kind of shit. Like. It just seems more. It's gross. It's grimier.
It is gross. Well, like, because there was the one where before Khaleesi like comes around and they're like a couple.
Oh, dude, yeah, I know.
She's like sitting there crying, and I'm like, this might be the first time I ever actually felt a little bit awkward. And then I lasted for like a second. I'm like, my mom didn't say shit, so I'm like, yeah, right. We're just enjoying the show. But she's probably just sitting here like fucking. She's gonna fuck him up later, isn't she? But
and she doesn't.
Another part, yeah.
It's like, and she does not.
No, well, like, she doesn't watch this and spoil it, but no, it doesn't spoil it. But oh fuck, yeah, I'll talk about it after because I don't actually want to spoil it if she does watch. But I want to tell you something about something she almost heard. But anyways, and then there was the other scene where one of the wolves protects Bran before he wakes up and just fucking like rips apart the guy's throat.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here and I'm like, and then it's over and she's like, oh, all right. And I'm like, the wolves are fucking awesome, aren't they? Like, yeah, they are.
Yeah. The animals in this are cool. Too bad they don't get enough of a part. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Even the ones that live still weren't.
Well, in the books, dude, like they have a huge part in every single one of the Starks in the books can warg. They can do the thing that Bran does. All of them can go into their own wolf.
Why do you think they didn't do that? It's like maybe
because it's not realistic. Like it's like it's I don't know. I feel like because the books aren't done yet, right? So I feel like in like making Bran be the only one that can do that services the whole like Bran versus the Night King thing, which isn't in the books. You know what I mean? Or if it is in the books, it's not actually like a main plot point. It's just like a side thing. So I think that's
there's a lot more character development and like story done with each character had their own like real storyline that was special to them.
Yeah. Like and you can argue, bro. Like to be honest, out of all of them, like for me, because of the grounded. Okay, you ever watch Arrow? Did you watch Arrow? Okay. You've seen Dexter and you've seen like like Daredevil and stuff like that, like or Punisher as well. Like I like Arya's out of the Starks. I like Arya's story the best because it's just a killing list revenge story, and for me those always get me. Like it doesn't matter what it is, like John Wick, Arrow, fucking Harry Potter. Like it is, like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you're getting it back in blood. Like I fuck with that.
I don't care what your reason is.
Yeah, I love those kind of things, but. a lot of people like I wouldn't be mad if you said that Bran's story was your favorite because it serviced the main plot of the whole entire overarching Game of Thrones story the most, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because like if you care about the whole political thriller thing, then you care about like Sansa and like the Lannisters and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like you care about Tyrion. You know what I mean? And like Daenerys, right? But like if you care about like the actual threat, which is just like life versus death, then you care about like Jon Snow and Bran. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing, right? And I feel like that is actually like I wouldn't be mad if you said that's your favorite plot line is Bran's because it's the most important. You know what I mean? It's the thing that actually moves the story leaps and bounds forward from just being like this like political thriller show that just like lulls on and on and on. It's like, oh yeah, there's an army of zombies coming. Oh yeah, they're almost here. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just like it's kind of like it keeps reminding you of that shit. You know what I mean? Like it's I fuck with Bran's story for real.
And I never thought about who my favorite storyline is. I'm going to now. Without saying it, the one of the biggest reveals with Brands is not him himself, but the guy who's like protecting him the whole time.
The three-eyed raven?
No, the big dude.
Oh, Hodor, yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's it. Like, don't say anything anymore.
Yeah.
That what
it's not honestly like it's not really like it doesn't really service anything. It's kind of just like a cool like oh my god, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really do anything for the story, but I think it's cool. So I'm like saying like I won't say anything, but it's like it's just a cool moment. It doesn't really spoil the story. It's just like one of those things where if you just like
which is
having
had many of those, and that one was
it's sort of like that like that. Okay. Like a version of that actually matters is like finding out who Jon Snow really is. You know what I mean? Like that, that's like the same sort of surprise, but it actually matters to the overarching story. You know what I mean? Where that one is more just like, I don't know, like it's like Inception. Like you know what I mean? Like where
it's a nice flavor to like that is obviously like way bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's a nice seasoning, I guess.
I agree. But yeah, we got really off topic there. I think she'll be good as Supergirl.
Oh, we don't talk. Oh yeah, we did get off topic. That's why I sent it to you because I'm like, you're gonna have to be the one to tell me. But
yeah, she'll be good. Like I mean, her in House of the Dragon is nothing like how she'll be a Supergirl, so it doesn't really lend any sort of like reference point. But she's a good actor.
Like, well, and I feel like James Gunn would have picked her for a reason. Like, like we've said, like I feel like he's either gonna fuck up big time or he's gonna crush it. And
no, he has enough of a cult following that even if you think he's fucking it up, it'll still keep going on. That's the thing. Like,
isn't that most things now?
No, because if it's true, then we'd still have the Snyderverse.
Fair.
Right? But James Gunn has enough of his little like fanboy groupies from the MCU coupled with his fanboy groupies that he made from DC, and they all want to see like his movie succeed. And like here's the thing, I don't always agree with what James Gunn does. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Like his casting sometimes are whack. His movies, when they're comedy movies, they're whack. Like a lot of the time they're whack. You know what I mean?
Like what? I can only think of like two.
No, not whack like bad. Like sorry, like whack is a bad word. Like they're unorthodox. They're unorthodox. Yeah, no, it's not a diss to anybody that likes them. It's just they're unorthodox. Like
no, that's what I mean. Like wacky.
Wacky.
That's a very different definition than whack.
Yeah, wacky. And like, you know, like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is way different than like, you know, like the holiday special or like 2 or I know I haven't seen 3 yet, so I'm not going to say anything about it.
3, I liked it the best.
Like the Suicide Squad is
that's
like
the only other one I was thinking of, and I love is
good. You know what I mean? Like it's weird, but it's good at the same time. You know, so like I feel like the more
because I like swearing and blood and shit and
I feel like when you get, but here's the thing, I'm a big fan of Brightburn, and that's like a serious that's like a serious, more serious, like scary movie. So I trust James Gunn, and like when he's taking something seriously and it's not like a joke. Like, I'm not saying
Is
that.
it one of did Brightburn?
Yeah, well, him and his brother did it. Yeah.
It's not coming up. Did he produce it or direct it?
I think he produced it.
Yeah, produced.
Yeah.
Produced PG porn TV series.
That's funny.
Yeah, I also fucking love Margot Robbie. So the
Yeah.
Suicide Squad is like I loved that one.
Yeah, it was good. I like the more I got into the movie, the more I liked it. You know what I mean? Like the surface level of the movie was shit, but once you get into like The Thinker, Starro, like
see, like that's where fucking having a background and loving whatever, having knowledge of like the original shit is like different because I loved how it started. Them just fucking killing a bunch.
No, I did not like it. No, I did not like that. No. Like it's good. Like, it's good. Like here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of the Suicide Squad. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So it's like and I'm only a big fan when you're using characters that are popular for it, right? But that goes against the Suicide Squad's like nature because you're supposed to use characters that aren't popular to make them popular by putting them on the Suicide Squad. And if they aren't, or if they are, it doesn't matter. You can kill them because it's the Suicide Squad, right? You don't put fucking, like.
I don't think they're having a hard time coping with this.
Yeah, you don't put like the Joker on fucking the Suicide Squad, right? I get that, but like at the same time, like I don't care. Like, dude, who did you really fucking care about in that movie? You know what I mean? Like you cared about freaking
Quinn, and that was it.
Yeah, Harley Quinn, Bloodsport.
Yeah,
and you
I
cared
love
about
them,
and you cared about fucking Peacemaker because it's John Cena, not because of the character. And you care about fucking
like everything about him, but loved
John Cena, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you only care about Ratcatcher because she's hot, to be honest. Like realistically. Until she starts doing things and she has an emotional story, you only really care because she's good looking.
Like my mind went to more like, well, because Save the Rats, like fucking.
Yeah, that too.
The other side of me is like,
yeah, like she's an animal activist. But like, the more you got into it, like here's the thing that I'll say Suicide Squad. Like it was a Suicide Squad movie through and through. Like they did the whole like they killed the first team, so they brought in the better team, and like they. Thing? Yeah, for sure. Like I think, okay. Yeah.
See, most people, like the people that I've talked to, that don't know that, like they don't know that shit. So we all laughed, like we had no idea that was coming because like the way they marketed it was like Pete Davidson, fucking what's his face that does the whistle and shit. Mm-hmm. I forget what his name is, but like they made it sound like they were gonna be like main characters, and then it starts off and they just fucking killed.
Yeah, no, nobody knew who was gonna die, but you knew that the fact that they had so many characters that they were going to kill them off, like a good chunk of them off, because that's just the Suicide Squad. That's how it works.
Yeah, but I would have like thought, but not like so fast. I never.
No.
Like I never really looked like a whole lot into it, and there's been so many like after Avengers, like they made it work with fucking like 40 main actors and shit. So like when I watched it for the first time and they were just butchered fucking a whole bunch of main people right away, I was killing myself laughing because I was like fucking didn't see that coming.
It was a good surprise. It was a good twist, and I feel like he was able to do that because he knew, like probably by then, that he was going to be rebooting the universe, so there was a good chance, so he could just kill and pick whoever the fuck he wanted because he could just bring them back later. But also, like it's like you kill the team. You show Amanda Waller goes to the prison and picks out who she wants. You know what I mean? Like it's all very classic. But then like I like that, and that's expected in my opinion from a Suicide Squad movie. So you better put that shit in there. But the deeper they got into it, where it's like they put in like what was it again? Corto Maltese. Like they put that in. You know what I mean? Which is like a really, really famous DC city that's like a bad country. Bad country.
Sounded really specific.
Yeah, it's a bad country. They brought in the Thinker, who's like an obscure villain, but it's like world building. And then they brought in Starro, you know what I mean? Which is like a huge Justice League villain. And it's like, it just like really cool to like put these three different things that aren't together. But then at the same time, James Gunn like can't help himself. He always does that stupid shit. He does that scene where like Harley Quinn like has sex with the guy, then kills him. It's like, why are we here?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what is this? Like, you're doing so well until we got here, and it's just
Yeah,
whack.
that part bothered me too. Like,
Yeah.
like I was looking out for red flags, and killing kids kind of a red flag. Like, that was that it was too much. Like, you should have just killed him right away when you had a fucking second alone or something. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing too is because I think like why it surprised me. Like, number one, I work on not thinking about shit when it's something I'm really into now. Like, like I tried, like I'll look up ideas and thoughts and whatever, but not like No Way Home that I was like so set on it. So I try to go in with an open mind and not expect anything. But also because like the people that died at the beginning were like main like actors that were like stars. Like Pete Davidson, Nathan Fillion, Jai Courtney, the guy who was Boomerang, whatever that dude is that does the fucking. I really like that guy. He's been around for a long time. He played fucking Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Michael something maybe. Either way, it was a bunch
Michael
of main
Chiklis.
people.
Or sorry, no,
Yeah.
Michael.
No.
No.
Michael,
Yeah, Michael Rooker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he plays Savant. That's why Savant. Here's the thing. That's the thing. They use dope characters from dope stories, but then they kill them off. Like Savant is fucking hype, and he's played by Michael Rooker. Like that would have been so sick. Like I remember reading that and was like, oh my god, that is fucking sick. And then they kill them off immediately. And at the start of the movie, first thing is okay. So Savant is from Black Canary comics. He's a Black Canary villain. And he captures her and like he tries to like get her to tell him Batman's identity and all this. It was like a really cool story, right? From like a while ago, from when we were mad young, actually. And the very first thing he does is he just sits there and it's a Black Canary.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to say because I have no idea if it's a Black Canary.
No.
I was just trying to show you, like, I remember.
No, you remember exactly. Yeah, it's a Black Canary. It's literally a Black Canary. So it's cool that like they did that because it's like a nod. It's like, hey, so and I remember James Gunn said before the movie came out, like, yeah, he was in this jail because of Black Canary from the one that you saw in Birds of Prey. Put him here. Like that's what he said. So it was like cool that they did that. So it's like basically that story story happened off screen type thing. You know what I mean? Which was like very nice to when you know the story.
You're reading your comics and shit.
Yeah. Well, James Gunn reads his comics for sure. So.
Yeah, but I love when they do shit like that. Like they're throwing that in there for you. Like I would have had no fucking idea until you just told me, and I'm probably gonna forget about it. But I think it's dope as fuck.
So cool.
Okay. Which movie? So there's a list. I'm gonna skip a few, and I'm gonna add one. But what movie death do you find the saddest? Tony Stark? No. It was like that was due. Mufasa, Lion King. Professor Snape, Harry Potter. Fucking whoever Ellie is from Up. I never saw Up. I'm only throwing it out there because I feel like you might be like, oh my god, yeah, that's huge.
That's the wife, or is the wife, is it not?
I probably.
Yeah.
It's the only person I know about that dies in Up. And I still haven't seen it. Hedwig, Harry Potter. Marley and Me, never saw it, but it's a dog, so I might change my fucking answer even though I haven't seen it. Jack Dawson, Titanic, no. John Coffey, Green Mile. It's fucking some wicked mentions. Bambi's mother, Bambi, no. Logan. Bubba from Forrest Gump. My addition was because I was throwing it on while I was like cleaning and shit. The dog from I Am Legend.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah,
my answer, yeah, I do. My answer is Snape, but I'm gonna throw in as an honorable mention Dobby.
Oh, fuck! Harry Potter's brutal, man. Like
I remember tough deaths in Harry Potter. Yeah, it's actually tough, man. Yeah.
Like I remember rewatching like a few months ago, and getting to the end, and like just sitting there going, "Why the fuck were we watching this? Like this is dark and heartbreaking." And like we grew up on this. This was our fucking childhood stuff.
I remember being like 13 years old and like having my whole world turned upside down when it came to Snape. I was just like, what the fuck just happened to me? Like, I actually hated Snape for time. And then they flipped it on me, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, what the fuck,
like,
man?
One of the best done, like, most well done, because that was going to be my answer until I saw Hedwig, and then I was like, fucking my animal-loving bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Snape was going to be my number 2. But now you roll in with a fucking another Harry Potter. Like, 3 out of, like, 12 options here are Harry Potter shit.
The top 3 should be Harry Potter, I'd say.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not even all the characters that died in the end.
No, a lot of people died, man. Cedric Diggory was a bad one, too, man.
Yeah. I love the stuff you see online, though, that it's like, they roll in, dead kid gets thrown on the ground, and then it's just like fucking bumping a jam. It's so true. Like that music was playing for far too long. As
I know.
I
know. Well, I think that it was like that to prove like just like it's realistic, right? Like not everybody's gonna see that the body's on the ground, right? You know, like for fuck's sakes, people were partying at a Travis Scott's concert, stomping on dead bodies, right? So it's like, bruh, you know, like
yeah. But nowadays, I think people are just like down for that.
No, but it's like you're in like a fucking huge. You're in a huge crowd and like you just like bump into somebody on like, you probably wouldn't even look down if you bumped into something. You know what I mean? Like you just keep walking.
Oh, yeah. Fuck no.
So
and it looks like they're hugging because they won. It's just because of the close up that it's like it just shows green skin. Like
yeah.
No, it was.
It looks like you got killed by like Joker. It's like fucked.
Yeah.
Because of the way that your face is frozen in like fear, the fear of death. You know what I mean? It's pretty.
It is a weird green tinge to it.
That's what I'm saying exactly.
But
and he also plays Batman.
Fuck, he does. Like that gets forgotten. And fucking vampire hottie.
Edward Cullen.
Yeah.
I love Twilight.
Did you say you love Twilight?
Yeah.
The first or all of them? Books or movies?
The books. The books are actually straight up low-key like sex novels, like romance sex novels. Like I can't even lie. Like you're in there reading them, you're on like
50 Shades of Grey.
It's literally it is. No, for real. It's literally like a toxic relationship and you just like can't get enough of it. Like it's crazy, bro. Like it's fucked.
I'm not surprised because like vampires are one of like the sexiest things. Like every vampire movie's got some level of sex, and there's something weird about how kinky it is.
I agree.
I think.
I agree.
I had another joke about the Harry Potter stuff, but no, the Snape thing though was fucking like it. Oh, that's what it was. When I first saw it, when I walked out, I thought that they were trying to say that Snape was Harry's actual dad.
Really?
I think because of the Patronus stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, that makes sense for like why you think that. Yeah. No, for me, I just understood it. You know what I mean? Like, because I remember Dumbledore was like, "You still love her after all this time," and he was like, "Yeah." You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Always.
Of course. Always. Yeah. Always. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's my bitch.
It makes Harry's dad like seem like a like shit. You know what I mean? Like it's so funny.
He
like
looked like a fucking asshole the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I think because of the stag thing.
This guy still looked after. No, it's a doe. The stag is Harry's is a stag.
That's the thing. I mixed them, but I thought they were the same thing. That was so like.
Stag is a male.
But I'd have these like I've done these with many movies though. Is that like I get an idea in my head, and then I'm like, that's probably what it is, and then I don't realize till later like I made all of that up on my own. So I had this whole thing in my head that I'm like, you get whatever your Patronus is that you have, you must have gotten them from one of your parents. It has to be.
Yeah, no, I don't think
one
that's
of your parents the same thing. And then I just went to I'm like that was the same animal. And then it wasn't until like watching it again a couple times that I'm like, I went on this whole trail on my own. Like, I made all that up. Fucking nobody said it.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, and I don't get how because Snape's like I guess like when because they were friends when they were kids. Like I guess his because he was in love with her when they both learned how to cast a Patronus. Like, it just naturally was the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, he saw her do hers, so he wanted it to be the same kind of thing. I don't know.
Well, and I find that as like they were the ones who should have been together. That means that
I think that's the point, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the point. You know what I mean? Like, but like Harry's parents need to be together because like inevitably like someone needs to be born to stop Voldemort. You know what I mean? Like, the scummy thing is like you were a dick to this guy your whole life, and then he ends up taking care of your kid. The whole, like, even if he hated your kid, we took care of your kid for basically his whole life, and died to protect it. Even though you were a cunt to him. Like, it's actually fucking terrible. I'm not gonna lie. But it was, the mom obviously loved him, so it's like, whatever. It's sad. Yeah. Like that scene.
It's fucking hard.
There's that scene with all like the violin scene where like it's like he's like holding her body in like slow-mo, and you're like, oh my god, like this is fucked. Like this.
Yeah, and it's like this guy that we fucking hated the whole time.
Yeah, they literally make you feel like shit. They make you feel like shit.
Yeah, and Alan Rickman's the fucking best guy for that too. Did you ever notice too? So by the way, there's a bunch of I wasn't sure if you were in Harry Potter. So there's some stuff I see on Instagram that I don't send because I wasn't sure. You go and get them now. But okay. Did you notice, like, one of my favorite things about his character too is when Harry rolls back into fucking Hogwarts at the end of the last movie, and he's like, "How dare you stand where he stood?"
Yeah.
And then McGonagall starts fucking wanding him. He blocks, like, whatever.
No, I know. He deflects the two into the other.
Whoever's watching this, like, if they don't know, it's gotta be said. He fucking hits the two. I forget what their names are, but
they're just Death Eaters.
No, they're the Carrows.
Oh yeah, the brother and sister. Yeah.
They like punishment, the Carrows or whatever, but he smokes them with the fucking spells. But then he grabs their wands, like he does a bunch of fucking Death Eater shit, grabs their wands, and then fucking flies out so they can't use their shit after. Like, that's the tiny little details that like fucking Marvel does that's really wicked.
I agree. It was before Marvel too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna save. Yeah, let's wrap up here.
All right. Yeah, I gotta do some chores too before my girl gets back anyway.
Yeah, me too, but not for my girl, for my mother.
The number one girl in every man's life.
Fucking 100%. Actually, I'll show you after.
Okay.
Stop recording and then. Yeah, okay. Go stream Milky Millz on Spotify and probably everything else.
Yes, sir.
Like, follow, subscribe so we can get more motivation to do these since we only do like one a month.
Yeah, like, come on.
Sponsored by KD Sign Systems, Pylon Signs, Construction Signs. I just saw them post a video of like a car wrap they did for like a special constable, and like I don't know, just a big ass sign for like a company in office, and fucking amazing work. Not that I didn't know already that they did amazing work, but yeah, KD Sign Systems, Burlington. Like and follow. Whatever, yeah. I gotta find this stuff. Yeah, okay. See ya.